Warning, this show contains childish adult content and is intended for immature, mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. The views spoken are ours and ours alone, not those of any other bugger. If you're easily offended, we strongly suggest finding another podcast. Everybody neat and pretty, then on with the show.
All these people in the shed.
We're back. don't ruin it. That's the behind the magic thing. You're one of the.
This isn't behind the magic.
You're one of the cast member thing. Oh shit! Is that a copyright? Sorry,
No.
Ricky. I don't know.
He's inside the magic.
Anyway,
behind
yes.
the magic.
Is it? Yeah. Behind the magic is a completely different show whatsoever. Hello, welcome to another episode of Dis After Dark. I'm Paul.
I'm about Nick.
I'm Craig.
And we've got a guest again tonight because no Mr. D, family issues and all that. So, hope you get it sorted out, Paul. A guest. A familiar voice to other podcast listeners. Hello, Adam.
How are you, all right?
How you doing?
I'm not too bad. I'm still laughing about pre-recorded stuff. It's fine.
Some slight issues with the lock on the pub door.
And dogs, I think.
Yeah.
And dogs, yeah. And a tin of chappy.
And a hole in
And
the
David
shed
Cameron.
wall. Something like that, yeah.
We've all done it. We were all teenagers.
Yeah.
Anyway, gentlemen, what are we drinking?
I'll kick off because it's the same as I've been for the last few weeks. This is the final bottle I have of it, Coors Light. So I'm going to have to find something else to drink next time. So cheers.
Go on, Craigie boy.
I am drinking a toast to absent friends with double Jamesons.
Double Jameson.
Yeah, when you say a double Jamesons, considering that you're pouring it relatively on your own at home, and there are no official measures, what you just mean is you've got quite a bloody large Jamesons.
Yeah, it's about half a pint. So, chin chin.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. G.
Yeah, I'm bringing out my feminine side this evening. I'm on Sangria, but the only reason I'm on Sangria is because we bought enough back to sink a small ship from our holiday. So I'm still drinking a large amount of Sangria.
I found some Budweiser still in my outdoor beer cooler tin thing.
Hole in the ground.
From a barbecue a few weeks ago. It's a little bit faded and there are some sort of little grubbly wormly things swimming around in the water. So I decided not to open those and have gone and got a bottle of rosé out the fridge instead.
Got two ladies drinking together in the corner.
A fruit-based beverage.
Yeah.
For the lady.
Yeah, it's a rosé or something like that.
Just see you two now with moustaches and nice frocks on.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? These suspenders are starting to...
Chafing.
There's a whole Vic and Bob thing going on here.
There is, yeah.
Marvellous. Well, yeah. Okay. How do they contact the show? Because they're already listening to it. And we've already discussed pre-show that no one ever does.
You know what? I was going to say, you know what? I know this is the point where we're supposed to say how to contact the show. But let's be honest, no bugger does.
Well,
so let's just skip ahead.
Yeah, but then a couple do. And then apparently we don't ever pick up our email anyway.
Oh,
If anyone emails the show right, I will show my bottom on the Facebook page. There you go. If we get an email, my bum's coming out. Yeah.
Right, well, there you've got it. And of course, the place to send that email to is the address podcast@disafterdark.com. Of course, you can have a look at the website if you want to as well. Shows you how to contact us at www.disafterdark.com.
Twitter @DisAfterDark, Facebook.com/DisAfterDark, MiceChat.com, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, anywhere else that we...
Periscope.
Apparently so, yes. I keep forgetting about that one. These newfangled springing up technology stuff.
Oh, Craig.
Yes.
Check your email.
Oh, God. Okay, I will get waxing me bum.
Get waxing.
You
Get off.
failed to specify non-guests.
Yeah. Non-podcasts.
Most people, of course, should know who Adam is, should recognise the voice. I mean, not only is he, I suppose the father of this show.
DisAfterDark, yeah.
Of DisAfterDark.
As much as we took the mickey.
He's basically the grandfather of UK Disney podcasting.
It's been proven and no DNA tests have been taken. All right, just take this now.
But if people don't know who Adam is and haven't worked out who he is, Adam, where can they find you?
There's over at DisneyBrit.com. If you're talking
in the car park,
when I say Disney ways, if you're talking about non-Disney ways, there's other websites you can get to. It's DisneyBrit.com, and you can find our podcast, which is DisneyBrit Radio Show, on iTunes.
And we deny the Ashley Madison link whatsoever.
Yeah, there isn't an Ashley Madison link. No, I luckily closed that down just before everyone got found out. So
instead, find us on Plenty of Fish.
Gaydar.com.
Gaydar.com and Match.com.
How do you know all these? How?
What do you mean? Grindr. We're on Grindr as well, of course.
You don't watch enough Channel 4 documentaries, do you, Craig?
No, I'm normally in bed by now.
And we also have our own Babe Station channel on Sky Channel 917, so check us out there as well.
Mainly Craig showing his arse.
Yes, that's all it is. Craig bouncing his arse up and down.
Nick winking his starfish at the camera.
It's my party piece. What can I say?
If you are listening to our podcast in the car with your kids, sorry, you've got to explain what he means.
Nick's got a starfish in the tank.
Yeah,
we've all
and
seen
it can wink.
SquarePants.
Yeah,
it's the one stuck to the front of the tank in Finding Nemo.
There you go.
Exactly.
And he winks.
Yeah, Peach. Anyway, I suppose moving on. Craig,
yes.
I think you had come up with a concept for today's show. So why don't you go ahead and tell the listeners what it's about?
Well, many months ago, I emailed several podcasts, including DisneyBrit. Correct, Adam? You did comment on it on your show, and we did on ours. We had the Disney Dream Girls on. It was a very hormonal episode. There was lots of
wine drinking.
Yes.
So a little bit similar to tonight, actually.
And basically, in approximately 2 weeks, I'm in Florida for the weekend. I'm doing Halloween Horror Nights 25. But then on the Monday, me and Stuart had a down day, and we've decided to go and do 4 Disney parks in one day.
You are crazy.
So how long is this until you go?
Well, this will probably come out
at the time of recording, obviously. Yeah.
At the time of recording, yes, it's about 18 days away. At the time,
up to our ears in gloaters here. Can I come in for a gloat? They shout. Oh, you heartless gloaters!
All right.
It's irrelevant. It'll probably come out on December the 18th. So,
hang on. So, are you saying this is our
Christmas
special?
show?
Yeah. The Force Awakens special.
Yeah.
So basically, I've finalised the itinerary, and I just wanted Adam, the grandfather of Disney podcasts, in the top 20 of the travel podcasts in the UK. To scan his eye over, and Nick, who and Paul, who sighs a lot. So,
hang on. So,
Nick.
Adam's a grandfather. Paul sighs a lot. And
Nick's just Nick.
I'm just Nick. I have to fucking wrong.
Nick the jelly deal eater.
Being the grandfather, that just basically.
I haven't seen jelly deal before.
Describes me as old and incontinent.
Well, it's okay because we describe ourselves as incompetent. So it's almost the same.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Right, so we're going to kick off. Now that we've had a lot of discussion over this, back and forward with all the podcasts, and we're going to start in Epcot.
Okay, a start. Epcot, all right.
Yeah, now they all open at the same time on this day.
Where are you staying?
We are staying in Universal at...
Oh, good easy start. That's good.
Yeah.
So
there for rope drop.
So there's no extra magic hours?
No extra magic hours. There's no Mickey's Not So Scary on this day as well.
Okay.
So we're there for, I think it's 9 o'clock open. And we're running to Test Track. We're going to get onto Test Track. Now, I'm undecided about Soaring.
Right.
What are you undecided about?
Well, it's a bit meh, isn't it? the state of the screen now, it's like when you go to the Odeon, but not the nice Odeon, the rubbish Odeon, and there's all chewy on the screen and stuff.
Chewy?
Not,
it's really easy about Force Awakens.
I just don't want to waste time in that queue to be underwhelmed. It's overrated, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs a clean up. So
okay.
I mean, he's getting one.
So basically, Epcot is going to be test track, Mission Space, and then Spaceship Earth, and then out.
Okay.
Well, hang on. So you're not doing World Showcase at all?
No, not at all. Now, Stuart's never been to any Disney park. He's only been to Florida once. And we did Universal. He's never set foot in a Disney park. So this will be his first experience.
Hang on, whoa, hang on. Right,
what?
This is his first experience. And you are missing out the best thing in Epcot that you could possibly do.
The toilets.
No, but you can do those as well. You take him to the pool station and you make him drink Beverly.
Club Cool.
Okay.
Club Cool, sorry, yes.
So far, that's half of Epcot and gone, see that? You're not going on that. See that? You're not going on that either. See that? No, keep going.
So this is quite a baptism of fire, I think.
Yeah. We'll wait till we get to Animal Kingdom. If you think Epcot.
All right, so hang on. So where are you going after Epcot?
In the car. We're driving between the four parks because you pay for parking once.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so, and you're in control, I think, of your own destiny then. You're not waiting on buses, getting agitated for monorails, all that palaver. Right. So we're going straight to Animal Kingdom because it's a half-day park at best, and it's half empty.
Okay.
2 hour park.
Yeah. So we're running to the back of the park. We're going on Dinosaur. We're going on Everest.
Yeah.
Maybe the Rapids, but I don't want to have to get my undies out in the car park.
You've already got them out on the Facebook page, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, you either come off that ride bone dry, or you come off it dripping wet.
Yeah, see, I've always been lucky on Cali, but Popeye at Universal is the one that's always got me every single time.
Yeah, Popeye gets you soaked.
We went on that 3 times on the bounce this year.
Makes sense.
It's phenomenal. But, so, maybe Bugs Life, but again, if you've just missed the showing, they hold it, don't they? They do hold you until there's enough people for the show.
Yeah.
What about the
the Safari? Come on, the Safari's shit.
I don't agree. I quite like the Safari.
I like the Safari as well.
No, there's an animal in them bushes there.
I can see it's not the most exciting thrill ride there is, but it is kind of the heart of Animal Kingdom.
Well, yeah, and there's no unicorns either.
Yeah.
Well, that's depending on who you believe.
I think if we were there for the full day, as you normally would be, then it's a definite. But while you're on this schedule, and the schedule will become apparent when we get to the next park, which is Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Right, now this is where we've then... So that's basically what we're doing in Animal Kingdom, which is horrific, but needs must.
Okay.
Right. So then it's the Hollywood Studios, and we've got our first fast pass of Star Wars. Right. This is where you can only use 3 fast passes.
Yeah.
You've got to be all in one park. Once that park's done, you can then make fast passes for other parks.
Yeah.
So Star Tours. What?
Hang on. So you've gone for Star Tours?
What time are you planning on getting that Star Tours?
Yeah.
13:45.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, so you really are timed. But why did you go for Star Tours as your fast pass?
Purely because you have to pick a fast pass.
Yeah, why didn't you go for Toy Story Mania?
We've got 3. Okay, so
shut up.
We've got 13:45 Star Tours. Then we've got 14:45 Tower of Terror. Now, if we can hit Star Tours and get on it, basically you walk up the queue at Star Tours anyway, and it's a walk on, more or less. But we're going to use the fast pass, blitz it off Tower of Terror, single rider for Rock and Roller Coaster, not Rip Ride Rocket. And then we've got our first and only dining reservation, ADR, for Sci-Fi at 1,500. Now, this was 180 days out. We made this book, and I couldn't get an earlier time.
Wow.
In Hollywood studios.
Okay.
So 1,500, right? And then 1,550 for Toy Story. Now, you get an hour's grace. So we're going to use sci-fi to rehydrate and get a couple of beers in us. And is it a picnic burger?
Yeah.
One of them monsters?
Yeah.
Right. And then it's out of Hollywood studios.
We've done everything.
Yeah.
I'm torn. I don't want to scare them off by going to the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah.
Why would it scare him off?
Well, because to non-Disney fans, it's a bit poo.
It's the most un-Disney ride in there.
It's not
Yeah.
great.
You've just grabbed him by the nads and dragged him around 2 other parks anyway. I don't think.
Yeah, you're not going to scare him by putting him on Great Movie Ride. That's
Yeah. Well, then I was torn between Movie Ride or Muppets.
the only way to scare him is to lift him up and show him over the walls of Avatar Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And then it's across the Magic Kingdom, and then it's just literally, we're not planning on, it's to get the fast pass in the Magic Kingdom then for what's available. And use the parades, the evening parade, to get on as many rides as we can.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not going to get on Seven Dwarfs. They don't do single rider, I don't think. So we're just going to have to
Can't
assess.
remember it.
Yeah, definitely do.
And just do as much. And I think off the top of my head, the park shuts at 10 that night. It's the...
So even with a 1,300 it's 1,300 in Star Tours.
Yeah, 13:45, yeah.
Okay. So you'll be out. What time was your Toy Story?
15:50.
15:50. So you'll be out by 4 o'clock. Maybe through the Magic Kingdom by 4:45, I reckon.
Yeah, you got about 5 hours in the Magic Kingdom.
You got about 5 hours in Magic Kingdom at that pace.
Yeah.
All right. What's your wardrobe of choice?
Shorts and t-shirt.
IKEA.
Yeah. MFI. Mirrored doors.
I mean, have you considered treating yourself to a couple of sort of long distance hydration camelbacks or something?
Potentially.
Nice, comfortable shoes.
I've got a pair of Speedos.
Is that
Which
for the
is
kids
like
play area?
Just
for the kids' play area, yeah. Dumbo. Me restraining order runs out
Excuse
on the...
me, right, do not insult our guests. Adam made a very valid point. There was no need to insult him.
Yeah, I've got a pair of £15 Speedos that I've been wearing on my feet.
That's bloody heavy, Craig.
So I'm going to be blitzing it. Now, what would you do differently, if anything?
Ooh, good. Now comes the open floor. Well, I think just because going back to the beginning, going back to Epcot, and bearing in mind what you said about the ride itself, but knowing full well that they're going to change it next year, it's going to be closing very soon. I actually, if there wasn't a massive queue, I would probably go on Soaring.
But isn't there always a massive queue?
No, well, I don't know. Some people say there's a massive queue on Star Tours, and yet you've proved that is not normally the case. No. So I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I think with some of these things, it's going to be dependent on how busy they are. Full stop. If you go somewhere and the queue's an hour long, you're probably not going to go on it.
Yeah.
Unless there's it has to be a ride you have to go on. That's the only way.
Test Track is a single rider, so you could make a run for Soaring and then take the. But Test Track this year we were in Epcot for Rope Drop, and we went straight to Test Track. Bearing in mind we had 2 arthritic pensioners with us, so by the time we got there, the queue was literally an hour long.
Yeah. Test Track single rider works brilliantly, really, really well. Just do not do what I accidentally did. You all know Craig Duncan. I went single rider with Craig Duncan. We were celebrating our anniversary badges on. Because we were celebrating
together.
And they thought we were celebrating together. And we got a big congratulations, because we're both celebrating together. We were like, no, just that, it's not even worth it.
Okay.
Just kind of, yes, thank you.
That was a plan. Because I'm 6'5", Stuart's 6'4". We've both got wedding rings on. I was thinking of manipulating the Disney cast members into giving us fast passes because we're on our honeymoon.
Yeah, try it.
on the condition that one of you wears that Mickey top hat ears, and the other one wears the mini white veil ears.
I'm not the taker. I'm having the black hat.
So that's a disappointment. That's a disappointment. Having
You'd slide off me if you tried to mount me.
Well, I have tried. It's true. Right. So I mean, that's what I would. And also, I mean, I know you're on a tight schedule, but I can't believe you wouldn't even go to Canada and watch that film.
See the juggling Chinaman.
I'm not up with street slang. I apologise. That's what that means. Anyway, so that I mean that's my input on Epcot on your plans so far. That's the only thing I would say.
Anything different for you, Adam?
I'm kind of with Nick really. Soaring, I'd go and do Soaring if you can. If you're at a day when the park's closing at 10, I would guess that crowds are going to be lighter, so you might be lucky enough to be able to get on Soaring.
But what I'm thinking, it's Food and Wine Festival as well.
Yeah, which doesn't normally hit crowds until later in the day, I don't think, because obviously Showcase isn't open until later, so you might be all right if you get there nice and early.
That's part of me thinking for getting there so early. Is that people are going to be staying in or going to another park first and then hitting Epcot later.
Yeah, which is possibly what's going to happen, I would think. But I would definitely try to Soaring if you can. I would do Soaring over Mission Space.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't that taken with Mission Space. It was just a bit blah for me.
I did it this year with our Eve, and she had to be shoehorned in and come out sobbing. So
I suppose that's a good right. I think you went for the extreme version then.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've not done extreme version, so
blurred vision and everything.
That's great.
And also, definitely Beverly.
Yeah,
it's 2 minutes out of your day. It's the most fun 2 minutes you'll have.
Assuming Stuart doesn't listen to us.
Well, he's probably not listening to us now. He's like 15th in the table or whatever of our fantasy football league. And how the mighty have fallen.
And we'll be back 2 weeks anyway by the time this comes out. And he'll be like, that curse you, Beverly.
I've said curse you, Beverly, before.
I think the driving aspect of it is a fairly brave thing to do. I can understand it to Animal Kingdom. But I wonder, is it actually quicker to take the monorail from Epcot round to Magic Kingdom, and then that way you're getting dropped off pretty much straight outside the gate, rather than getting dropped off and then having to take the monorail round or take the boat across?
I have sort of considered that, and I was potentially going to leave the car at Epcot and then get a bus across to Animal Kingdom, and then a bus across to Hollywood Studios, and then a bus across to... But I think the time in the car could be well spent.
Like, keep your drinks in the car and rehydrate yourself between parts.
Yeah. Take in a bit of sustenance, air conditioning, sitting on your backside for 20 minutes.
You get on the bus.
Well, yeah, that was how northern was that. You get that on bus with Whippet.
Simple at the parks these days.
Right, so on to Animal Kingdom. Now, there's not a lot there, is there?
No.
Well, there is a lot.
It's a lot of ground to cover.
There's a lot there. There's not a lot to cover.
A lot of ground.
I'm sure I heard that it's the biggest Disney park.
In acreage, yeah, but then you have got the Serengeti.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I just don't... I don't feel I've got the time to spend on the safari.
No, I think it's a difficult choice.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
normally quite a long queue as well.
Yeah, his first visit, and it does chug round at 15 mile an hour. Unless you can sit there, unless you want to sit there like the back of a taxi cab, going, "Can you go a bit faster?
Yeah,
hurry up! Come on! I'm on a schedule, you know." So I don't know. Yeah, I can see your argument. Just get in, do the majors, get back out.
Two grown men aren't going to do Lion King or Nemo.
Two grown men.
Takes a bit long.
Two grown men in wedding gear.
Yeah.
I say
Yes.
keeping up the pretense or not, you know, because two grown men on their honeymoon are fairly likely to watch Finding Nemo and cry on the front row.
That is an option.
Not
A
that
different
we're
kind of splash zone.
not that we're alienating about 80% of male Disney fans that we know.
Splash, different kinds of splash zone. I've just got that. Oh.
No, I meant tears.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Where are you?
the faint smell of bleach.
So at no point during any of the 4 parks are you going to ride anything that goes round and round and up and down, like Dumbo or the flying carpets or
They're
Dino-Rama.
No, definitely not. They're rides that he can do with his own family, should he ever decide. You know what I mean? To pad the.
If he hasn't gone back and gone, do you know what? I don't think we can go there for 2 weeks. It's absolutely mental.
Yeah.
It's non-stop for a day.
I know people have done every ride in all 4 parks, but I don't think it's doable.
No.
Well, not in that. I don't think he's in that time frame.
Not in what appears to be a 13-hour time frame.
Yeah.
No, 24-hour madness possible.
I actually, it was a good few years ago when I was out on a conference and we had one day, I managed to get 4 parks done in one day. But it was just me. We were staying, we were in the Swan and Dolphin, so it was kind of extra magic hours allowed. And that was straight on. I did it the other way around, where I started in the studios, walked round to Epcot, came out the front of Epcot, and then got on the monorail, and then finally ended up in a bus to Magic Kingdom.
So we're going from Animal Kingdom to Magic Kingdom. No, to Hollywood Studios, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which I don't understand that one, because surely it's a shorter drive and less time spent in the car to go from Epcot to Magic Kingdom then to Animal Kingdom, rather than Epcot, Animal Kingdom back to.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit of a contradiction, but I mean, Hollywood Studios pretty much locked in now with all the fast passes in the AV.
Yeah.
And I was very conscious of the Food and Wine Festival and the fact that Epcot is quite quiet of a morning.
Yeah.
That could literally, the time you're wasting in the car, you're going to get back in the park being quite quick.
Right, cool, okay.
You know, it's a tense one. But
it is, yeah, because they're 2 awkward ones, aren't they? It's kind of half 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Because Animal Kingdom is such an anomaly because it's so far away from everything else that it kind of throws all your plans for everything else.
Because if you go and start at Animal Kingdom without a fast pass, by the time everything on Animal Kingdom was a walk, and we've done Animal Kingdom at rope drop in the past. And you do get on.
You're done by 10:30.
Yeah.
You get on Everest 3 times before there's even a queue.
Yeah.
You know, but by the time you get to Epcot, then there's an hour and a half wait at Test Track. You know, even about 11 o'clock in the morning. So I was conscious of that. So.
All right. And back to the studios.
There's nothing else. I mean, Aerosmith is single rider, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's single rider, yeah.
And you can see the fast passes there.
Tower of Terror?
Yeah.
Got fast pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the fast passes, again, I was basically given what I was given, and the sci-fi is in the middle of them all, sort of thing. It's nearer to Star Tours than Tower of Terror, but that's the way it come out. I could try and change them round, maybe. And I'm not really missing anything else. Again, I don't want to do everything because you've got to get to the Magic Kingdom, haven't you? Because that's the piece de resistance.
The argument is your Muppets is probably not going to be there the next time you go.
Yeah, I would try and jump in the Muppets if you get a chance to, personally.
Yeah.
Not only because I like it that much, but also...
Well, it's only down the road. It's only round the corner from Toy Story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could go that way around out the park.
Yeah. And then just walk on Star Tours again on the way out.
Yeah. See if you can double up. Yeah, why not?
See if you can get a different experience. Yeah. My brother-in-law this year was the Rebel Spy. And the picture they took of him, it was basically like he just had a stroke. It was like John Merrick come up on the screen with a pair of Ray-Bans on. Oh yeah, there's Phil.
I'm not the Rebel Spy. I'm a human being.
That's what it was like. Oh, yeah. Oh, that whiskey's gone right in the head. Then,
carry on.
Well, then it's just the Magic Kingdom, and we're just going to plough and do as much as we can. Do we go left to right or right to left?
Okay, we pull the car into the car park at the Magic Kingdom at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, even probably by the time you get there.
Yeah.
And that gives you a little while to either wait around for a monorail.
You've got to do a monorail.
Or for Stuart's first time around, are you going to risk the boat crossing to give him the, look, Magic Kingdom?
I would do the boat crossing on the way home.
Yeah, okay, with the lights behind you.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's all lit up. It's all quite emotional.
Yep.
You've been on your feet for 18 hours.
Some saps playing fireworks.
So I'd do the monorail for the big reveal on the way in.
All right.
Think that.
Yeah, and then, in through the gate.
Yeah. Now, is it left to right? Because that's the traditional way of doing it. Or right to left?
Which ride? You've got nothing planned.
Got no fast passes.
You've got 5 hours.
Yeah. I can make a fast pass, I believe, as I'm leaving Hollywood Studios for another park.
Yeah, as soon as you've got as soon as you're on test track. Oh, not test track, sorry, Toy Story.
Toy Story, yeah.
The moment you use that, you can make your next one.
Yeah. Right. And it can be, it's not tied to Hollywood Studios.
No, it's not. And there is, if it's still there are actually fast pass machines outside of Toy Story Mania. So you'd probably be able to do it there.
Yeah, I think they're still there, yeah.
What, to book your fast passes for another ride?
Yeah. Once you've done your 3 fast passes, you're allowed to do 1 fast pass at a time.
Oh no, what I mean is, like, I didn't know there was these machines that you could book fast passes for other rides elsewhere.
Yeah, they're just basically iPads.
Yeah. Man, it's changed since I last
one. Some have got some kiosks, some have got iPads. It's a mixture.
Okay. So basically, just take whatever they give you.
Yeah, pretty much that job.
One of the mountains. It's got to be one of the mountains if it's get it.
Builds up quite a queue now. What with the fast pass and stuff. Big Thunder's not usually as bad.
Now, what's single rider in the Magic Kingdom?
You're really limited with single rider in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't think there's much. Not much that I can think of. I mean, I think we got to think of, even forget about single riders and anything like that in the Magic Kingdom. It's what you have to do. Now, to me, I think you have to do Pirates.
Definitely.
Especially, someone that likes the films and stuff like that.
I think, regardless, you've got to try and do all 3 mountains.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you've got to do It's a Small World.
Yeah, sorry, Craig.
Really?
Yeah. It's a rule. It's the law.
Yeah, it's not because anyone wants to do it, Adam.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's essentially taking one for the team.
Yeah. It's a money shot in the face.
Yeah. Explain that one, parents.
It's half an hour of your life you're never getting back, is it? You're not 2 grown men and never going on Peter Pan. That sounds wrong.
Again, it all depends on the potential keeping up.
I tell you what, though, the interactive, the new queue on Peter Pan is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, they've hit it out the park, I tell you.
Yeah, excellent.
If that's the future of interactive queues, it's better than the ride.
Does it hold up the people in front of you so that there ends up with a massive gap in the queue?
Most probably.
Sort of.
I remember that when we went to Hogwarts, not long after that first opened, and because it was all new and people hadn't seen the photos and stuff like that in the building, people just stopping and, like you say, just get massive gaps.
Yeah, we had it with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Twain.
Whoa, hello.
Exactly.
Made you me.
Yeah, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, where the people, they would all look the jewels are dropping and the water's dribbling and shizzle like that.
You should have answered.
Just move up.
That interactive queue, right, and the Haunted Mansion interactive queue, that's another must. But, right, they're just disease-ridden. Because everyone's sneezing on their hands and farting and then touching all these things. Oh, it just knocks me sick.
Obviously, got to go on Winnie the Pooh as well.
No,
I'm joking.
Oh. You've got to do the classic stuff. You've got to do the Three Mountains. You need to do Pirates, especially as it's just been updated. You need to do Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. Autopia. Sorry, I've gone French. The Tomorrowland Speedway.
Yeah, Tomorrowland Speedway. How to teach yourself not to drive. Useless. What else?
It doesn't work on British motorways. You can't take your hands off and just bounce off the curb.
You've got to do Jungle Cruise.
You got to do Jungle Cruise.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
You got to do Carousel of Progress.
Oh, I love that.
Craig loves Carousel of Progress.
Oh, literally, we sing at the top of our voices in that and weep at the end.
And it's all right, because normally...
You're a Liverpool fan. Does that actually include actually singing the right song, or is it just You'll Never Walk Alone the whole way round?
A bit of both.
But the thing is, when Craig normally goes on that and sings at the top of his voice, because no one else is in there.
Yeah, just me in my underpants.
or because the Jamesons.
Yeah.
It's better both.
Okay, so what else are we missing? So look at like Tomorrowland. So you're not going to go on Stitch,
Buzz,
understandably. Yeah, Buzz I wouldn't be that bothered about. It's good, but
you've got to go on the Wedway People Mover.
Yeah, you got to TTA.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the one. Yeah.
Old school.
TTA. Was it the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover? They just couldn't decide which one they were going to call it, so they called it both.
Yeah.
Called it everything. Yeah.
Which is what annoys me in what's that cartoon that's on now? Miles from Tomorrow. The fact that they have to call it Miles from Tomorrow in the UK because we wouldn't know what Tomorrowland is.
In America, it's Tomorrowland.
Yeah, no. It's only in the UK it's Miles from Tomorrow. They've even changed the theme song.
Shit, anyway.
And yet the film wasn't called that.
No.
No.
You have to do the Enchanted Tales of Belle just because that'd be really funny.
Couldn't it just do Belle?
Especially in your married gear. Just married. Hey, that's what you do. Not even anniversary, just married.
Camp it up.
Yeah. Feather boas on. Blinking.
Just because I like it so much, I would say if you've got 15 minutes to spare...
Ariel?
Finamagic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
And it is a chance to rest your feet after
12
hours.
Yeah, air conditioned, rest your feet. Yeah.
Another one for me is got to be, apart from the Haunted Mansion, which is my favourite ride in the whole of the world, the Hall of Presidents.
Never ever done it.
Oh, I think it's absolutely phenomenal.
I think after, again, much on the Magic lines, but I think after 12 hours, you won't get back out.
Just sleep. There's an extra two Scouts presidents.
I mean, I've never done it. I know it's sacrilege. I've never done it, but Tiki Room. That's kind of like a rite of passage, isn't it? It's a Disney classic.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'll be clamoring for it.
You've got to leave. I've got to leave something, haven't I? For if you go back.
Well, yeah, you have. You've left Animal Kingdom, to be honest.
Well, only because what you want to go on's not open yet.
And Hollywood Studios, because it's just green wall.
Literally, yeah, you're right.
And no drinking around the world this time. You have to take it with you.
Well, if we had more time, I would have loved to have done the food and wine. But
Will you do fireworks? Will you do wishes?
yes.
Finishing the day after 12 hours. Right.
We'll be sobbing. Well, I will be.
Yeah, not for the normal reasons though.
Bunions and
I'm so tired.
Bunions and corns.
These speedos are starting rubbing. That's about it.
You can smell the chafing.
See him studying the Caribbean Plaza trying to get his Speedos off under his shirt.
Jesus.
Oh, paints a pretty picture.
But you know what? I think it does sound like a lot of fun. I know we've talked about it before, but I mean, I think it's a fun challenge.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be interesting. I think we should get Stuart on for a trip report. What's the likelihood of that?
Yeah, he'll come on. He's definitely going to come on for the trip report.
Oh,
Right.
good stuff.
Because
I'd love to hear it.
He's a Disney virgin, so it'll be interesting to get his
on
take.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's quite an interesting challenge. I mean, like I said, the last time I actually did it, it was just me. To actually take a complete noob round is interesting.
Yeah.
And again, it's a much easier thing to do with grown adults than it is to try and drag a family behind you as well.
Please entitle that show "The Time That Craig Took Stuart's Virginity."
Okay.
It's done. It's penciled in.
Yeah. Craig's already writing the show notes. So.
That was, at the time I did that was, I think that was July 1995. He wept into his pillow.
And once again, explain that one in the car.
It's one of those.
He was biting the pillow.
He was really hungry. It was like a big marshmallow. He was having a dream. Or
Yes.
something.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now I know we don't really do much news anymore because we normally try and find something else to talk about. But because Craig mentioned it, the 180 days thing, obviously that applies not just to fast passes, but it does include eateries, of which Craig did struggle to get a reservation. And it has just come to light this weekend, as we record this show, that Disney have sent out a load of cease and desists to Facebook groups, websites that do the reservation dining for people. Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
I've heard it's been going on.
Well, they're basically being told to bugger off.
Stop doing it. You're taking up people's dining.
Yes.
Well, they are, yeah. But how can they stop it?
Well, because the thing is, so there's two types of these operations. There are operations that work in I suppose, a friendly manner, where what they do is they alert people as and when reservations become available or reservations have been cancelled, and so they're free to book up again. Like as just as an alert, not as a chargeable service. There's also companies that do this with a fee. So they might say, right, for $8, we'll get you a reservation at whichever place you want on that day.
Okay.
And they will charge you for that reservation. So, you know, I think if people are trying to do it nicely, it's a bit of a shame. But at the same time, I suppose it just tries to make it a level playing field. And the thing is, Craig, you're right. I don't think there's any way of stamping this stuff out completely because it's hard to enforce. But they've obviously got enough. They've obviously got a method already that's working to alert them that this stuff's going on and to make them aware of it. So they must have something in place to kind of at least put a stop to the majority of it happening.
Yeah, if the reservations are originally being made in someone else's name and then, we'll just transfer it, or who are you, what name are you? I don't know how they do it, but...
Well, I think what they will be doing is they're going to start taking either a card or they'll start taking a deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as long as that deposit is like a low value, like, I don't know, a few dollars or whatever, I don't think it's going to affect too many people because... You know, I think that's reasonable enough.
Yeah. Well, listen to this, right? I'm going to change my name now. My name's not Craig, it's Josh. Josh Blamonge, okay?
All right.
Okay.
We ate at Cinderella's royal table for breakfast. Okay.
Yep.
When we went, 9 of us.
Yep.
And he comes out and he goes, "There's no need to bring your bill out. It's already been billed to your credit card. It's what we do here." Okay. So on Cinderella's royal table, they take the money.
Yep.
So
they do. Yeah.
Everyone was all paying for their own. So I said to him, "Can we just have a copy of the receipt, please?" Because he didn't even offer us a receipt. "I want a copy of the bill, please." So we brought a copy of the bill out. Now, bear in mind, we were there in August. We still have not had, that still has not come up on our statement on the credit card.
Interesting.
I don't know if it is actually, because when did you book it?
180 days before they went, I guess.
Yeah.
Because when
what did it be charged then?
This is going back to when we last went, which was 2010. But when we went, I had to pay for it in advance.
Oh, so they do owe me the money. Bastard.
Everyone else has worked this out except for you.
Yeah.
Now, funny enough, when we the same trip, we also booked to go to Distillery, and we didn't end up going. We changed our mind because we'd eaten somewhere else and we liked it so much we wanted to go back. But they said that was one of the few reservations where if we didn't attend the actual booking without cancelling, we were going to be charged a penalty. I think it was about $50 or something, like a cover charge. So, yeah. So, I think that could be one way of kind of doing it. Oh, Craig, I'm glad I've lit that light bulb in your head anyway.
Oh, cheers for that. Yeah,
excellent.
That was worth it.
Well, is it alphabet time now?
Yes, let's go for it.
He says, killing conversation with an axe, like I do. I'll
You do?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what he does.
That was the best review on iTunes ever.
I should be hurt. I should have been hurt by it, but I can't be bothered.
What was the terminology used again, Craig?
He kills conversation dead with an axe.
Yeah, that's right.
I prefer fire.
Axe cop.
Yeah, kill it with fire.
Anyway, you're right. It is alphabet time.
We let Adam go first.
Oh, that's cruel, isn't it?
No, you can't make it first.
No, okay. Well, all the good ones will go.
Right.
They really won't if you start with me.
I'll go first then.
Go on then.
Haunted Mansion.
We knew it was coming.
Yeah. Get it out the way. It is basically the best ride in the history of rides ever. On any park, it can't be beat. It's got everything.
Well, when you say,
has it though?
When you say everything, there's no loops in it and no inverts.
No, apart from loops and inverts. The tune is phenomenal.
Okay,
The effects they use are phenomenal. And you can take your children on and it won't necessarily scare them. It's been further enhanced by the opening of the shop, which you've seen of the photograph we got done of our Eve.
That was very good, actually. That was very cool.
Now, that was a 10-minute wait, if that, and that was processed and done. It was unbelievable value. Off the top of my head, I think it was about $15.
It was $15, $20, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't much.
The shop, we didn't buy any, and I've got to go and buy it in October. But you can literally kit your house out. The only thing you can't buy is rolls of wallpaper.
Well, you can actually buy those, but not from the shop.
It'd be from Etsy or someone who makes it.
Yeah, I've seen tights and all sorts recently with that pattern on.
Just decorated.
We've actually got we've got coasters. We've got Tombstone coasters.
That's what we're getting.
And we've got Haunted Mansion ones, and we've got Phantom Manor ones.
Yeah, the Phantom Manor ones are great.
And it's not, as you say, Dave, with Phantom Manor. Every one of them is different around the world, and they've all got their own backstories, and they're all... I just love it. I absolutely love it. So there's mine. So over to you.
What about the film, though?
I don't care. I love it.
The film?
Yeah.
Do you know, I quite like the film.
It's a nice film.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. If it's on.
Has there been any further news on the potential Guillermo del Toro version?
No.
That's got to be 4 years ago they announced that.
Exactly.
Avatar 3 will be out by then.
It keeps, Chon 3's definitely happening one day, never, according to the stars. Apparently it's back on. It's not, but according to the stars, it's back on. It's definitely not. Paul, do you want to go next?
Well, I was going to hark back to some news again because, we do it occasionally, of the guy that announced that he was building a meth lab in his hotel room and was evacuated and banned from Disney property for making a joke about building a meth lab, just in case anyone should have taken him seriously. So what I've actually done is I've looked back through all the Disney rides that have ever begun with an H, and back in 1954, between 55 and 66, in Tomorrowland, there was something supplied by Monsanto called the Hall of Chemistry.
Excellent.
It was Walter White, the host.
Exactly, okay? I don't want to, scream hypocrisy at you, but at some point in the past, you've had a laboratory and a Hall of Chemistry in your own park, but banned someone from making a joke, and now I'm going to get banned. So, like I said, my name is also Josh.
We've all turned around. We're not looking at you.
So yeah,
I've got
the Hall of Chemistry.
I've got a Heisenberg doormat that has a picture of him on, and it says, "I'm the one who knocks." My friend got it for me last Christmas. I thought it was a blinding Christmas present. Thank you.
Boss Christmas present there.
Right, so for my H,
Adam must
I've
have a
gone
boss
back.
one. If Adam's going
Nice.
last, he's got a boss one.
Well, let's hope so, because mine's not. Mine's sentimental old guff. I have gone for Hotel Cheyenne, which is the name of it.
Okay, yeah.
Because that was the first place I stayed on in Disney property anywhere in the world back in 1992, just a few months after it opened. And I've been back once. I've only stayed there once.
The Western cowboy themed one in Paris.
Yeah, we've stayed in there.
Yeah, technically there's, I suppose, well, no, the other one's not cowboy themed, but it's adjacent to Hotel Santa Fe, which is actually where I'm staying next, which is more
the sci-fi one.
It's got a flying saucer in it,
Yeah.
Although it's now themed to cars. It's now themed to cars. All the bedding and stuff is cars related. But it's like a Mexican kind. That's more Mexican. And Cheyenne is more like an old Wild West town. And my favourite memory of staying there was we went to the restaurant, which is still the Chuck Wagon Cafe, which is normally like a buffet.
Yeah.
Used to be pretty good. I hear it's still not bad, so I think we might venture there again this time. But and bearing in mind this was in 1992, so not long after it first opened, and nearly all the staff were French, was the way the French people went Audi in their cowboy attire. Everyone you approached went Audi. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But this predated it. I think this is where I got the inspiration from.
You
I mean,
reckon?
basically. Yeah. Clearly. But it's what the thing with the Disneyland Paris hotels, and I've stuck them up before, is that they're not very well themed to Disney, and they're not. If you compare them to the fantastic resorts you get in Orlando, they're pretty poor in comparison. Like, the theming's not great, it's not very Disney. But at the same time, they are really well themed. When you walk through the Cheyenne especially, you feel like you could be in a Wild West town. So, I've got special memories of it, and that was my H.
Fantastic.
Go on, guest.
Well, okay, I'm going completely left field.
Oh,
you like that?
I am going High School Musical 3 Pep Rally.
That is left field.
Yeah, I've got Wikipedia up.
No, this is, I have. I remember sitting and watching this while eating hot nuts.
Another H.
Explain that, parents.
It was in Hollywood Studios. It was around 2008.
Is this your coming out podcast?
Yeah, that's right. 2008, 2009, and it was a kind of travelling show. It used to come down the back of a truck, and it used to stop outside the Sorcerer's Hat, and they used to do all the kind of songs from.
It was brilliant.
Was it?
I have never wept so much than at the end of High School Musical 3.
What?
What about Toy Story 3? That's clearly much sadder than High School.
No, High School Musical 3.
High School Musical, the High School Musical franchise is pretty sad.
Yeah, I did weep actually at that just because it got pretty poor. But yeah, it was there for about 2 years, I think.
Yeah, it was brilliant. That.
I never saw it, but because I had no interest in it at all.
Yeah,
but everyone that saw it said it was a great show. Better than the Pixar. They had a Pixar one, didn't they? As well. What was the Pixar one?
Itself Countdown. Was it Countdown to Fun? They did.
No, I think about it was like a block. It was kind of like a block party thing. So I remember the bouncy balls.
I've still got a ball from Block Party Bash.
That's the one.
I've got a blue ball.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the way,
Squeeze it too tight.
I'll take the Lazzy band off.
Oh, it's took a turn. Right, we did, as we normally do, ask the audience if there was any H's, and we did get one.
We got one.
We got one. We did get one.
Can I just call, audience, you are piss poor.
You know what? There's nothing better
Other
than
audiences are available.
And more interactive, it would seem.
Yeah, and we're not afraid to find them. Pick your game up.
But
no, we won't.
Other than the usual suspects who kind of, are normally in touch, but this is actually a new person. This was Tony, who's at Disney Bell, and she said, all I can think about regarding this rate is Horrid Henry. So immediately I was like, it's not really Disney. But she then said, Hakuna Matata.
there you go.
And there is her H. And that is a very good H, actually. It's one that you probably wouldn't think of straight away, but it's become quite important with regards to Disney as a phrase. So, what better way to leave the show than with Hakuna Matata?
That's almost like you actually planned that.
No, I don't plan anything, and I think the unprofessional nature of this show shows that quite often.
Horrid Henry.
Yeah,
What's going on there?
Well, if you've got a kid that's into it, I suppose. I don't know.
I think Horrid Henry does appear on the Disney Channel every now and again.
Yeah, they show some weird stuff that's not Disney based.
Yeah. So that could be a reason for it.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Fantastic.
But if people want to let us know of other things, even though it's too late to let us know, they can visit our website at www.DisAfterDark.com or email us at podcast@DisAfterDark.com.
Or Twitter at DisAfterDark, Facebook.com/DisAfterDark. How are you getting the hang of this by now? YouTube, Google, DisAfterDark. It's not difficult. Although it is when you've had
It might
a
be
bit
if
of
you've got no arms.
beer. Or have been drinking for an hour.
Or you're driving while listening to the podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't contact us if you're driving.
No,
Or you don't even hear the show.
yeah.
Or that as well.
Yeah.
And again, our esteemed guest, thank you for joining us. Where can they find you in case they've forgotten already?
They can find us at DisneyBrit.com, and they can search on iTunes for DisneyBrit, and you'll find us on there.
And give our regards to all the other cast members there as well.
I shall.
Yes. Fantastic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and dear listener, I have to lean over and find another button to press. It's that one.
Growing older is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Dis After Dark, the podcast that's nearly the same as all the others.
Do you think they'll let us in with a drill so we can put glory holes in the toilets? Disney?
That's as scouse as you've ever sounded, by the way, Craig. It was almost Ringo Starr-like.
What do you reckon?
I think I'm going to have to stop this bit and do this bit.
Hey! Don't start. Stop starting.
Oh,
Hey.
dear.
You'll never
Craig's
walk
national
alone.
anthem.
I have no idea how
Absolutely.
long. I'll just fade that one out and do something like, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We shall speak to you all probably in a couple of weeks-ish time. When I get
We've
around
had a lot of laughs.
Oh, it's the Ghost of Cilla Black.
it. I think How do I normally finish this? I just can't finish it. I have to say something like, and we're clear.